Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena and to the penultimate Jumpstart video, at least for a little while. So we're going to be doing some old Jumpstart Arena. Let's do it. You can tell it's on its way out because it's no longer on the landing page. It's now in the sidebar. And we're going to resign that one. And we're going to do another one. Boop. Let's have a look-see. Choose packets. Alright, so we've got a few that we haven't actually picked before, and Spirits is actually one of them. I thought we had picked Spirits because we got Kira the Great Glass Spinner, but I guess that's in Above the Clouds, actually. So, yeah, we've had Elves, and we've had Above the Clouds, so we're going to go with Spirits for this one. And, yeah, we get to now choose one of them. I think Above the Clouds is probably the best one, especially when it comes to Spirits, so we're going to be essentially mono blue flyers. I think we're just going to ruffle stomp most of our opponents with a deck like that. It depends entirely on, I guess, what we get in our packs, because, you know, there's a few things that are not that great. Wind Reader Sphinx, 7 mana, 3/7. Whenever a creature with flying attacks, you may draw a card. It's very solid as something to you know, gain the card advantage in the late game and win through just sheer value. Other spirit creatures you control get +1/+0 for 5 mana. Kinda sucks, but limited is fine. We've got 2 roaming Ghostlights. I remember this actually being a pretty decent card for us when we were playing Above the Clouds, I think it was from. I guess it's in both of them, so. Let's see. Reign of Revelation. Tide Skimmer is very good as well. Secretly exceptionally good. Can't be blocked as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn. Fair enough. Got Rewind for counter spells. Flyers cost less. I think this is our Above the Clouds rare. It's a Serendib Efreet. 3 mana, 3/4 flyer. So it's reasonably priced with the downside of dealing 1 damage to us on our upkeep. Nilgast Herald. I think, yeah, I think Shacklegeist is our spirit rare. I don't actually know what the other rares are for spirits. I'm surprised there isn't like a... I don't know. I'm hoping that when Jumpstart 2 comes around, we'll get some dual-coloured stuff, because, like, Geist of St. Traft seems like a really cool Spirits one for them to go for, and I think that'd, like, I don't know, really nicely tie it all together. I don't know how they do the jamming 2 packs together, though, when you've got a multicoloured deck, but figure it out, Wizards. I'm sure you could figure it. I'm sure you could sort it somehow. I mean, we've got Thriving Isles. Just reprint those again, I guess. Tap 2 spirits you control. Tap target creature you don't control. That's kind of the idea. We got Rattle Chains, which gives our spirits flash. Yeah, pretty much. We got a ton of spirits that are not even, like, actually from the spirit pack, I think. Glide Masters from Above the Clouds. I was hoping for 2 Lofty Denials. Why didn't the spirits deck have this as well? Rookie mistake. Actually, exceptionally good, but... yeah, that's going to do it for the deck tech portion. So if you do enjoy this content and you want to see more of it, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get to it. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Alrighty then, we're in. We have a bit of a slow hand, but I think we can keep it nonetheless. I mean, you know, by turn 4 we're going to have 5 points of damage in the air, which is tapping down our opponent's creatures and potentially slowing them down a bit. Got to be reasonably happy with that. Alright, so we're just going to pretend we're blue-white for a little while. Say hello to our opponent. And they're on Tree Folk. Okay. So Unsubstantiate is actually pretty good. It's Remand without the card draw, for those who've never seen this card before. So essentially what we can do is we can either use it as an unsummon effect, or we can, yeah, just return that to their hand, which I think we'll happily do. And yeah, we're just going to go with the Serendib Efreet, so we can start swinging. This one actually has a little bit of flash value, which I think we'll try and go for. So whenever Nilgast Herald or another spirit enters the battlefield, you tap a creature an opponent controls. So we're going to swing for 3. Opponent's got... this one's zombies, right? Oh no. Okay. Fair enough. You got my Ifrit. They did it at the right time as well. We take a little bit of a ping for that. And yeah, we're just going to pass the turn. We're going to flash in the Nebelgast Herald on end step. That was a pretty good one. So if they draw a card, which the Wall of Blossoms that we just put in their hand certainly can allow, then they get a little bit of a pump. But we do have Frost Breath as well, and we can also take a little bit of power off with Rookie Mistake. I don't think we'd want to do that necessarily. I think we'll just wait until we can get a little bit more value. I'll take 4 for now. Or 6, I guess. Yeah, maybe I should tap it down. I don't know. It's not as if they can block with it, so that's probably the most damage they're ever going to deal in a turn. Yeah, let's just tap them down. There you go. Oof. That's not gonna benefit us too much. So that becomes a 3-3, and we can't give toughness reduction to our opponent. We can give power reduction, but that just won't do as much good, so we're just gonna have to pass here. Bill Fist Oak actually could come out in the clutch here to take the win. We already land off of the Windreader Sphinx, though, coming down and doing a thing. Which is not bad, being a 3-7 as well. It's pretty solid, and they've got rid of their Crushing Canopy at this point. The Warden of Evos Isle. Alright, so that's cost reduction, so we know we can do the Windreader Sphinx next turn. Could even do Sphinx plus Rookie Mistake if we draw another land. So we're just going to pass and see how we do here. Eliminate. That's rough. Yeah, opponent's doing very well to keep up with our tempo, which is not very good tempo at all, to be honest. Okay, well, we can get a Rookie Mistake off on the Llanowar Visionary. At the very least, I suppose. And -2. No, take what we can get. Ambassador Oak. Yeah, we're gonna lose this one. We're gonna lose it because our draws have just suddenly just degraded into nothing. Card draw, not a thing for us. I'm just gonna take this. Gonna hope the Sphinx can get us there. Warden of the Woods. Yeah, we've got a Capture Sphere. We're just taking too much damage. I think that's just gonna be game. Let's go to the next one. Okay, we're in. We've got pretty much the same hand as last game, and it didn't go very well for us, but we're going to keep it. I think by all means it should have gone very well, but it didn't, so... Alright, so our opponent is it's a flying, I can't remember the white flying deck name, to be honest, but that's what they are, and I don't know where this one's from. Is it from Legion? It's from Basri. Okay. So it's like white flyers with Basri. So just keep playing nothing. I was very happy with this combination of cards, but wow. Okay. As time's gone on, I've become more and more disappointed with it. Gotta say, this is 2 games in a row where our good-looking hand doesn't do anything till turn 3. Okay, so do we play the Efreet, or do we just go for Flashed in Herald? We get to stop whatever Basri targets, I suppose, and then only ping for 2 instead of 3, but it's not going to keep Basri dead anyway. I think we just go for the Ifrit. Shieldmate is going to be quite large. We might as well tap him down later when he's much larger than he is. Hope our opponent doesn't have any answers to the Efreet here. I think the Flyers one has got like Sky Tether to lock us down and give us Defender on our Efreet, which would be annoying. I don't think it changes power and toughness though, so it would still be a decent blocker. Alright, so all in on the Shieldmate, that's what we love to see. We will be taking 4 here because the Tempered Veteran can make it a 4-6. Well, they can just do it now, or they could have hoped that I wouldn't have known that. They're going to go with, I assume you know that, dot play, which is fine, I suppose. Going down to 11. Unsubstantiate. It's much nicer when we've actually got, I don't know, something to use it on. If we've got a counter spell afterwards, it's very nice. We're going to use a Nebelgast to tap down the Shieldmate, because I'm assuming they're just going to go back in on that. And then Basri dies to the Efreet. Again, this could just be one that we just lose. Not going to use Basri. It's very strange. Okay, what do you do now? I'm pretty sure if they attack him with the Veteran, I might even offer up the Nebelgast Herald. I actually don't know. I guess I probably shouldn't use it as a tapper. Really? Okay. Counter on the Veteran. Maybe they just forgot. I have no idea. But we have a bounce and we have a capture sphere for those two now. Should they get any larger? Faith's Fetters. So we can unsubstantiate, but it leaves us doing nothing, but it kills Basri. I guess we put Basri on 1. I really kind of just don't want Efreet out here just pinging me constantly, to be honest. It's just such an awkward hand. Everything's just a little bit too expensive on all counts. Unsubstantiate. Bounce Faith's Fetters. I just hate it all. I'm just going to go with Roaming Ghostlight, I think, and bounce the Shieldmate. I don't like it, but it's where we're going. Got 2 creatures to kill Basri. Opponent's got the Efreet to kill me. I need it off the board, I think. It's too low on life total for it to be good now. It's such a weirdly unplayable old card.
Oketra's love is your shield.
Okay, I think we will take the damage. Try to guarantee that we have... Yeah, that's fine. Guarantee that we have the Basri kill here. So I could do a 4 on a Spirit, which isn't good enough. We could do Capture Sphere plus Unsubstantiate. If I did this, I would be able to tap down the Gale Swooper. Which I guess is also just fine. Send you there, you there. And perhaps we don't send you anywhere. Yeah, I think we might just leave you back. Keep enough blockers to just not die. We'll go into 5 essentially, so we can't really be taking much more damage. I need to bounce the F3 and never play it again. This card's so trash. It's nice and early, nice and good if you get it early and nothing. Ugh. Okay. So we're forced to block the Gale Swooper and they can get in for 4, putting us to 1. And we have to unsubstantiate our Efreet, and they've got the win anyway. How did this deck become trash? When we played with Above the Clouds, we never lost. But apparently, if you just add more flyers to it, you flail miserably. I think we had like a white deck that had some removal in it that made this deck good. But apparently, double blue, you know, more of the same, not good enough. Weird, but yeah, well. Alright, 3-lander. We've actually got a 2-drop, so we're going to keep this one. So we got Glide Master into Herald into Winged Words to refuel a little bit with a Rookie Mistake along the way. It seems okay. But then again, I thought that the two packs that I picked were okay as well, and so far they've been absolute garbage, so who knows? Alright, so it's Heavily Armored. It's the Machias one, or the chance to have Machias, but most likely going to be massive disappointment. And Mill. Okay. Do we hold up in Lofty Denial? I think we actually do, you know. I think we hold up in Lofty Denial to counter unless they pay 1, because we are pretty confident that they don't have a 2-drop here, so we're going to be able to counter a 3-drop with our 2-drop. Look at that. It's actually worth countering as well. Siege Striker, pretty strong card. And now we've got either Warden, Herald, or Winged Words. I think we'll actually go Warden. Mostly because I actually kind of want to stop one combat step with the Nebelgast Herald. If our opponent played something here, it would have Summoning Sickness, almost guaranteed. So tapping it down wouldn't actually really do anything. But if I could draw a land at one point in my life, I guess we'll go with Winged Words to do that. Go on. Yeah, there we go. Now I can flash in the Nebelgast Herald. You don't have flash? Wowee. I can actually play Shacklegeist with Rookie Mistake as well to kill the Makeshift Battalion. There is a chance that they can counteract that though. I'd rather wait on that and just go for a Nebelgast Herald for combat. Go all in on it. I dare you. Bruvac. Now then. We're going to say okay for that. And tap down the battalion. I'm going to try and just race Bruvac, I think. So you're not the one that gives me flash on all my spirits, unfortunately. Do we actually go Ghostlight, bounce Bruvac? I don't think we do. I think we can do Unsubstantiate, Held Open, which leaves us with 2 mana to play around with. I guess we could do Shacklegeist. And that gives us the option of Frost Breath as well. In addition to... Can you... it can only block creatures with flying. Okay. Yeah, we got Rookie Mistake, Frost Breath, and Unsubstantiate in some combination with this scenario. I think I'm fine with all of this. We do want to occasionally take damage, you know? It's not like the worst thing in the world to allow that. I'm going to use Unsubstantiate as kind of a tempo counter. So let's just get in for a lot of damage. This is what I envisioned this deck doing. And this is kind of where we might unsubstantiate if they've got a very expensive spell. Let's see. So we can force them to replay it with an unsubstantiate. Return target creature to its owner's hand. If that creature is attacking, you may put it on top of its library instead. It's annoying, but it's acceptable. So that's going to go on top of my library for us to draw next turn, which is fine. Could annoy them with a roaming Ghostlight, to be honest. I think that's actually fine. Thought Collapse. Wow. Oh, the blowout. I am so bad at this game. Basri's Acolyte. Yep, absolutely ruffle stomped. Look at that. Opponent is good and I am bad. Well, we get to go with the Glide Master. Swing for 4. And we will Frost Breath, the Acolyte, and the Makeshift Battalion. Leaving 6 points of damage in the air for us. So they need to gain some life here. Draw 3, target player mills 3. So we mill 6. Leaves us with 13. They've got 2 cards to find an answer here. We've got the unsubstantiate as well, so we've got that guaranteed value. Creature gains flying. So yeah, they need like a 1-mana spell that stops us from winning the game here. Do they have the 1 white mana destroy an enchantment, gain 4, put a counter on a thing? Is that in the heavily armored pack? I don't remember its name, but that would have saved them, I guess. But we got there. Sweet. I don't think it would have won them the game necessarily, though, because neither of these two are untapping, and we've got the combat step again. And we even get to hold open Frost Breath, or if we know that they can replay it, we get to keep the unsubstantiate. So I don't think they really get to actually put anything on board that changes the outcome of that game, except for making them win a turn later. Alright, so we got there. Let's see what our rare is. Great! I mean, I don't have 4 of them, so at the end of the day, that's fine. But it's not on my bucket list of things I want from this particular event. But you know what? It is what it is. Let's go for another game, see if we can get our second win. Alrighty then, let's have a look. See, we've got the Glide Master on 2, on the play as well, with a Frost Breath into a Tome Anima, into a Roaming Gaslight. So we have a curve. That's what we can say about this. So we're just going to go Island Go. We're not really going to be able to obscure what we're playing much. Thriving Isles. I guess less than ideal. Maybe next turn we don't actually need to use the Frost Breath, who knows? Probably don't. You kind of want to have that ability to, you know, tap down 2 things that matter. So maybe we just go Thriving Isle and pass here. This is, I think, from the Well-Read or Fairy one. And they've also got a white deck as well. This is blue-white. Yeah, I kind of think I just have to play Thriving Isle and pass. Finding these, not ideal. A 2/2 with Prowess. Now that is the kind of thing that I like to tap down. Do we just... Let me just go for another Thriving Isle. Name white. Then pass the turn. This is heavily armored above the clouds. Is Rot Wall of Runes really in? Oh yeah, I've got one. Huh. The more you know. Okay, so Mistral Singer getting in. We're going to be bouncing it with the Roaming Gaslight next turn anyway, so that's a 3-mana tax on them, I guess. Unless they go for a 4-drop here, which they didn't. So I think this is from Spirits. Not not above the clouds. Could be wrong about that, but if I am wrong about it, they could go for the unsubstantiate here and make me essentially time warp myself. Yep, okay, it's in the above the clouds set. Oh boy, today is not my day. You know when the world just seems to be against you on no matter what you do? Today is one of those days, apparently. Alright, so no unsubstantiate anymore. We'll get our 5 drop down there to bounce the Mistral Singer. Christ for that. Alright. Still can't really attack, and we pass the turn. I'm just trying to slow them down in the same way they just did for us. Cathar's Crusade. Now, a thing like that needs bouncing, but without a way to actually deal with it, we've got a bit of a problem. So we're going to get in for just 3 here. I'm going to go for Reign of Revelation to find a land. We'll drop one of the lands. Play our land for the turn, and we're going to unsubstantiate the Cathar's Crusade when they go in for a Mistral Singer, I think. So that's their rare from Heavily Armored. It's a good one. It is a good one. Lofty Denial's not in Above the Clouds as well, is it? Of course it is, because I've just asked if it is. Which means I've just instantly added that to my opponent's hand. Alright, okay, so now they can't... Oh, this is... I thought it was just any permanent. We're going to bounce the Tide Skimmer anyway. That's fine. That was any permanent. It's spell or creature. Alright, so creature enters, every creature gets a counter. Obviously, that's very bad for us. We don't like that on this channel. Alright, let's go with Tome Enema. And swing for 3. Could go for the Winged Words with Rookie Mistake open. I kind of wanted to leave it for the Tome Enema so we can get that 3 unblockable damage, though. I think we'll just use, like, Frost Breath. Since I'm going to have to tap down a flyer. Or 2. Mistral comes in, Tide Skimmer comes in. This is going to be a very close one. Very close indeed. Where's my Lofty Denial? Hopefully we draw it off the Winged Word next turn. That'd be lovely. Alright, there's Tide Skimmer. Counter on everything. And they get to do some swinging. Or not. Alright, so we're going to Frost Breath down the flyers so that we can swing in. Play a land drop for the turn. Please don't hit 2 lands. Just the 1, eh? Alright. 2, 3. Yeah, we'll go with Warden. Activate the Glide Master and all attack. Put them to 6. Dead in the air. Can we get there? They need a flyer or some sort of interaction with our creatures. So this actually, whenever a creature with flying attacks, you may draw a card. This is actually going to give the Tome Enema. I am saying it like that on purpose, by the way. It's going to give it unblockable, so we actually get to swing in with it if we get to resolve the Sphinx. Capture Sphere. That's going to work out just close enough to keep them alive, isn't it? Nebelgast Herald. Does that change anything? Windreader Sphinx comes in. Oh, actually, we've got the right amount of mana here. So we go with Sphinx. Leave my creatures alone. Leave my stack alone, opponent. Give the Glide Master flying. For some reason I assumed I only had 2 mana. I think I... Yeah, I don't know. Either way. And now we get to, hopefully, start swinging. Frost Breath! No! Okay, that's very bad. Alright, draw me a card, please. Tide Skimmer. Going to 4. They've got a big board here, but it's not 16 points of a board. They want to do it, something that I'll want to block with the Windreader Sphinx. No creatures, 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 no creatures. No creatures, no creatures, no creatures, no creatures. Oh, you are kidding me! Why? Not my day today. Not my day at all. I think between the Capture Sphere and the Frost Breath and the fact that we're not drawing any of those wonderful cards, I think we've probably got enough damage to keep them going. Swinging in with just enough to pressure me as well. Yep. I'm not good at Magic the Gathering. Let's see. So we can Nebelgast to get the Glide Master through, but that's only for a turn. And there's no guarantee I can really get there after that. I suppose if I went Nebelgast, tap Tide Skimmer, got in with the Glide Master, turn after that I could go Tide Skimmer, draw enough cards to make the Tome Enema able to attack. Think that would work. So Herald comes in, taps the Skimmer. 2 damage coming through, leaves enough damage for the Enema to destroy our opponent. Do I even play this? We're at 11. I've got a Rookie Mistake. I guess I play it. I might need it as a blocker to not die, probably. Knowing my luck. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Alright, so they must have drawn a land there, I guess, because they didn't even play it out. Essentially, we were going to swing. Tide Skimmer would have drawn as our card, which makes the Enema unblockable. I'm guessing that at least, at bare minimum, they had no answer to that. God, it's like pulling teeth playing these games. They really are just absurdly difficult to get the slightest win out of them. They really are. I think we've got time for one more game anyway, but let's see what we've got. Ogre Slumlord. 5 mana 3/3. When another non-token creature dies, you may create a rat token. Rats have Death Touch. I had no idea that this was in Jumpstart. Also, look at the bottom right of that token. Oh, yes. Good quality client right there. Anyway, his tenement is filled with the most vile, disgusting vermin. It's infested with rats, too. It's a good client. It's a very good client. Alright, well, now that we've, you know, highlighted all the bugs in Magic Arena, let's go for the last game. Alright, we're in. We have a very familiar issue. We start on turn 3. But otherwise, this hand's very good. I'm going to keep it. I probably shouldn't, because evidence suggests that that's a bad idea. We're playing against Doges. We got our land, though. So, we'll see. Tree Folk as well. We lost against Tree Folk last time, but... Ooh. I was going to say our opponent might have missed their 3rd land drop there. Alright. We're in, boys. We in. We could go with the Warden first. It's a 2-2 over a 3-4. However, it does allow us for a cheap roaming Ghostlight, which could be very good next turn. Then again, land into Capture Sphere, also very good. So let's just go for max damage. The sooner you get down this Efreet, the better. It really is just, like, abysmal in the late game. And you know what? That's fine. You just saved us some damage. Opponent's got nothing really good going on. We've got the Warden, which gives the cost reduction to the Ghostlight, so that's playable next turn. So we get to add to our board while taking away from our opponents, hopefully. So we don't want to see anything from our opponent that enters the battlefield and does something. Otherwise our Ghostlight doesn't look very good. You love to see it. Alright, well, we got a Thriving Isle. We'll name White. Our opponent already knows we're mono blue if they've been keeping track. Then we're just going to get in with the Warden, and to be honest, I'm considering just going for a Reign of Revelation, because what my opponent's doing doesn't particularly matter to me. We know roughly what we're up against as well, in terms of cards. Not going to lie and tell you that I know exactly what we're playing against, but I know the actual packs that they're playing. Let's see. I think I actually just dumped the land here, even though we probably want to keep the land to work up to a Windreader Sphinx, which we will draw. It's only a 4% chance, which is, you know, actually 96 if you're like me, and naming things means that your opponent has them. Bad things happen to those who understand what they're doing. Alright, so this actually becomes a target of a spell or ability. You may draw 2 cards. So in order to stop this, I have to Capture Sphere it, and in order to Capture Sphere it, I have to give my opponent 2 cards. That is exceptionally good. I love this card, and I also hate it. So I could essentially deal with it for good with a Capture Sphere, and I think that's what I have to do. So don't know if I can keep taking 5 a turn. I don't have that kind of tempo. So lock it down. Hope they don't have Crushing Canopy. And then we'll play Glide Master, I guess, to be mana efficient. Might also find ourselves in a situation where we get our 3 mana spirit, Nebelgast Herald, the tapper, and then keeping these spirits in hand over the Glide Master is actually more appropriate. Alright, so that is a 5/7 Vigilance taken care of. Got a spare Capture Sphere, and we've got some bounce as well. It's not too much of a problem having our opponent draw extra cards if most of their cards end up tapping them out. If they have to play one a turn, then wowie. If they have to play 1 a turn, it's not the end of the world for us, because then we still get to just deal with them one step at a time while gaining our little bit of tempo. Do I want to trade that? I'm gonna be paying 3. I sort of want to trade it. Then again, I think tempo matters to me more. A roaming gaslight. A ghostlight. Alright, so we're just gonna give flying. Play Shacklegeist. And then we're just gonna get in. We're gonna have to take a little bit of damage here. That's fine, though. Yish. It's fine-ish. How much do you actually cost to cast? 6. So bouncing you is not the worst thing in the world either if they just keep replaying it every single turn. I can make them draw 2 cards all day, as long as it's the only card they play. Wall of Blossoms, draw a card. Okay, not a problem. Could deck them with the Warden. Alright, they're getting in. We'll chump with our 1. Our 1/1. I don't believe they have a way of giving trample in the Tree Folk pack. So let's just stop that right there. Burl Fist Oak. So they're at 12, they're taking 6, they're dead next turn effectively. So I could... swing for 4, Ghostlight with Rookie Mistake open, bounce the Warden of the Woods. Get that bounce. We've already seen Crushing Canopy from them. And secure the scene, so... I know the dog's deck is very light on removal. And yeah, we're just going to get in with these two, because we don't have the mana to give the Glide Master flying. But we have added some power to the board as well to make up for that. So next turn we still have lethal with the Glide Master. They need like reach or removal. Reach, removal, or life gain. We'll do it for them. I guess reach actually no, we'll not do it for them because we've got the Ghostlight and the Capture Sphere. Pacifism. It's pretty damn good. That puts them to 1. That'll do it. Ambassador Oak, we don't care about that one. And let's see what they do. So we do have a profitable attack here. We can give something, a Rookie Mistake to take care of the Llanowar Visionary. It's probably perfectly fine. I don't think they've got like damage-based removal in dogs. So we do block there with a Rookie Mistake. Tell me you've got like a pump spell. +1/+1 until the end of the turn. Okay, so +0, +2, -2, -0. Go for Indestructible, which is fine. They get to keep their Visionary, but doesn't really change much for them. So I've got a 7-point attack with a Wall of Runes and a bounce available as well. I don't think I can go for the Glide Master to go here because I can't remove this pacifism. Yeah, I think we just swing in for 5. Set up lethal next turn with Roaming Ghostlight, bouncing Burl Fist Oak. That's one that's got the potential to be much larger than my Wall of Runes. That will not guarantee my victory, so I'll put that to the bottom. And we should have them here. Should have slightly too many flyers for them. Unless they've got some card that pumps them over the top here. I don't actually remember if they've got much pump spells outside of that. I'd completely forgot they'd had Aggressive Urge, to be honest. What a trash little card that is. Maybe they had Wild Size, but I'm pretty sure that's in the Predators pack. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they had anything for that, but yeah, 3 points means that this is lethal, these two are lethal. So they kind of have to deal with their entire board in some fashion or another, or killers, and I don't think they could do that because the Burl Fist Oak was their biggest damage dealer, and we bounced that straight into the Shadow Realm. And yeah, we've got this that doesn't matter about surviving, and this that doesn't matter about surviving to block and block, so realistically, they've got a 1/1 that they've got to turn into a 7/7 in order to win there, so pretty good. Alright, well that is going to do it for the penultimate episode of SuperMadLad Plays Jumpstart. It's been fun. It's been fun indeed, but yeah, we're running out of time. They're going to be shutting off the event pretty soon, so got to get in my last video with this one before they do that. If you have enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a great deal. And lets me know that you enjoy this kind of content and you want to see more of it when it comes back. It's been an absolute pleasure playing Jumpstart for you guys, so hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, do your stuff, and I'll see you all next time for the final.